What's going on? So Stephen A. Smith says that Will Smith owes the black community apology for, I guess, what happened with Chris Rock or something with his movie. Now I did my video where I compared Will Smith to Puffy. I got no regrets with what I said. Um, but I didn't say he owed nobody no apology. What I said was the so-called morality, the hypocrisy, and the contradiction of folks who want to be entertained. Yeah, people are gonna go see Bad Boys 4 because it's considered iconic. You know what happens with sequels when you have multiple people will go see them. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence are two of the biggest box office draws in the last 30 plus years. Duh. Successful black men who did TV and film. Now, all I said was there's not that much difference between him and Puffy in the sense that there's a lot of suspect situations, though I'm not saying criminal per se, but there's some suspect stuff to go on. However, does Will Smith owe the black community any apology like Stephen A. Smith is saying? No. No. Well, he owes, maybe talk to Chris Rock. But what the only thing I say that is owed is the media's hypocrisy. Now, Stephen A. Smith had taken the time to come out with something like I did and say, what's really the difference between Will Smith and Puffy's situation in the sense of some more moralistic actions and displays? You could say that Will Smith committed a criminal act against Chris Rock with assault on live on national TV in front of billions of people. He did get barred from the Academy Awards for 10 years. You know, they gave him that award that night. And you could say that was considered offensive. You could say that some things have been coming out about him that have come out, but the Hollywood plantation ain't done with Will. You know, they still put money behind him. All I said was, the hypocrisy. I never said anything about him owing anybody an apology in the community or, you know, they saw fit that he still is thriving. I ain't got to tell you the elephant in the room. If we're on the so-called cancel culture, Me Too, or coming after people, and you got morals, you can make up your own mind. I ain't got to tell you nothing. Stephen A. Smith's got a lot of audacity, though, because he steps and fetch for the massa. I ain't hear him saying about Kevin Spacey. Ain't nobody saying about Alec Baldwin. I never heard Stephen A. Smith say anything about Charlie Sheen. You don't know what I'm talking about. You can go Google all that for yourself. You know, people do stuff all the time to get hit with a different direction. When somebody black, they got a lot of smoke, a lot of say stuff. My only thing about Will is that if they were coming to make an example, and let me be real, if we're gonna be, we're looking at how things go down. They pick and choose who they want to mess with and who they don't. You know, because it's a double standard. Just saying, they have agendas. You know, there's different standards of what they consider you're problematic, and then when they see that you're going to be left alone. So, you know, it doesn't really prove anything. People like to be entertained. At the end of the day, if Puffy had a hot record out and don't say nothing, would there be anything? I just think I look at the Will Smith thing with hypocrisy and cracks me up because Jonathan Majors lost big time studio for exactly what? His was more he said, she said, and it really didn't merit all that to strip him of his multi-million dollar potential. Whereas Will Smith did his on national TV, and that's all I'm saying. But Stephen A. Smith is missing the boat on that one. And if he wanted to make a point, there's ways he could have gone about it. He went, of course, about it where he went in I don't think a lot of black folk care. Can't speak for what a whole race or even have, because you get your feelings hurt trying to speak. I'll say this though, people on code know that Will is one of Hollywood's boys though. They know who's one of the boys, and they know who when they done with them. You didn't kind of figure that out. There is no justice and there is no loyalty. It's only loyal to the green. So as long as your green is straight, that's it. Stephen A should know that by now though. So him telling Will the old apology to the community, Will has been bought and paid long ago, just like Stephen A has. The difference is that Will is got multiple credentials, whereas Stephen A really doesn't, though. That's the difference. But he settled with Chris Rock. He owed nobody nothing as far as that go, but he will owe his maker. And like I said before, I stand by what I said about Will earlier, about the Puffy thing and all like that. But they choose how they want to keep the bag going too. That's all you kind of put your eyeballs to see. Not saying he owes anybody nothing, but I'm telling you, because he's bankable, because this movie had a taint and he kind of been like sideways, I would have been so interesting how they would have come about as far as promoting his next project. And believe me, I expect more romantic comedies and maybe some action. But they ain't gonna put no serious role on Will for quite a while. First of all, he can't really get nominated because he's in the Academy Award prison. Think about it. That's how they own you. That is something that ain't being talked about. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shit of if you're liking them out. Peace.